One last recording for the day. Okay. I gotta talk to these peeps. Alpha?
Let us raise our cups Aett-Vater, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come.
Why do you call me Aett-Vater?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Aett-Vater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Aett-Vater.
I could never presume to give orders to one of Emperor's angels. You should be in command. Thank you for this honor. A fine addition to the list. It sounds rather savage. You shall call me your lordship. Oh wow. Thank you for this honor.
Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank.
How were you planning on getting out of here?
I have had a few thoughts on that score, but don't try to pry them out of me. When the time comes, I will share them with you.
The giant space marine casts you a sidelong look, grinning broadly. Willie, self-satisfaction, is writ large across his harsh features, though he tries to hide it. He's up to no good. Despite his worthy attempt to play the fool, the space wolf cannot deceive you. Alpha does not fully trust you and is carefully observing your reaction. Why do you devour your enemies?
Why do you think?
The giant space marine grins, baring his teeth, and inquires innocently. Damn, Medicator has failed. The answer seems clear to you. This bloodthirsty warrior has simply gone mad in captivity. Come to think of it, he was probably slightly deranged even before he was taken prisoner. You are not being fed enough. You're not being fed enough. That, or you simply enjoy it. Is it a means of tricking your captors, pretending to be a monster? Cast a suspicious look at Ulfa. I have some fairly grisly ideas.
What are you suggesting? Do you think that being a prisoner has corrupted me and sown within me a foul yearning for flesh? Do not provoke the wolf.
Ulfa narrows his eyes, glowering. The giant space marine's upper lips curls, revealing his terrifying teeth.
Do you know of the implant called the omophagia? It is one of the blessings the All-Father granted to his Astartes. Nerve nodes that connect the stomach walls and the spinal cord allow me to absorb information from the genetic code of the flesh I consume. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape.
Okay, tell me about your brothers, the Space Wolves.
Not everyone is granted the right to ask such questions, but you, I shall allow it. What do you want to know about the Astartes from the glorious Fenris?
Who are the Space Wolves?
Vilka Fenrika. That is our name in the old tongue of our world. We are the fiercest of the All-Father's warriors, his executioners, his retribution.
This guttural pronouncement sounds primordial and ruthless.
Our fearless Wolf King is Leman Russ, son of the All-Father. Our world is Fenris, and our home the Fan, which rises from the world's spine into orbit. We are the thunder in the bloody storm of battle that calls to us. That is who we are.
Ulfar's rumbling voice seems to reverberate in your very bones. Glory to the wolves of Fenris. Smiling in satisfaction, the wolf graces you with a magnanimous nod.
But there is more to our spirit than grim destruction alone. In the Hall of Heroes, we hold feasts the likes of which you will see nowhere else. To thundering laughter, we raise our horns, tell our sagas, and honor our glorious fallen. Though the body of an Astartes is built to be immune to the effects of drink, we invented a way around this taboo. The mead we brew can overcome even our blood. It makes us drunk and makes our feasts jovial occasions. Mead. You can brew it nowhere else but on good old Fenris. No other world is home to such poisonous plants.
Sheesh. Ulfar's voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper. Fenris, what is it like?
Fenris is home. A harsh land of harsh winters and harsh people. When comes the Hellwinter, a fearsome season of frosts, the merciless world sea freezes, and great white bears, snow wyrms, and ice trolls go on the hunt. Then, the murderous frost retreats, and boats of harpooners sail out to ply their craft, capturing sea snakes and krakens.
The giant's gaze falls.
And then comes the season of fire. Volcanoes awaken. Waves wash over whole islands, and only the land of Asaheim offers salvation to those whose blood and grit win them the right to live upon it. Clan fights clan. Crows circle over battlefields, and wolf howls rise up to the sky. That is my beloved home. There is no place in the universe like it.
Ulfar concludes wistfully. So, it can't be a whole planet of space marine built like people, right?
Tell me, Aett-Vater, what is the most fearsome foe on Fenris?
The wolves. You mentally go through the list of the deadliest creatures on Fenris, but your thoughts seem to settle on one strange name. Aett-Vater. You have read about this animal, a small and ferocious creature about which very little is known. Alright, let's say that, the Aett-Vater. I was going to say the code.
No, you are... What? Why the Aett-Vater?
Little is known about it. That means hunters fear to encounter it, and it is the most dangerous. Let's say that.
Very good. I hope to tell you about the black curse of the Wolfen, but your answer wasn't bad either. Aett-Vater.
The giant's warrior's chuckle slams into your chest like a strike from a sonic weapon. I still wish to hear about the curse of the Wolfen. It's probably some small little thing.
The curse of the Wolfen is the most fearsome and most terrible foe on Fenris. In the heart of every brother, there lives a dark beast, bloody and forever ravenous. He hungers to kill, not for glory or duty, or his battle brothers, but solely for the sake of killing. For he who falls to that dark beast, there is no joy or thrill in slaughter. There is but dull rancor.
The guttural roar of a storm rumbles in the wolf's voice. So how do you get this curse? In icons I have seen, Astartes look much less wild.
Our gene seed is unique. Lemonras blessed us with the Canis Helix, a genetic gift that heightens our senses, making them sharper than those of brothers from other chapters. The Canis Helix kindles a bloodthirst in our hearts and changes our appearance to resemble the lethal wolves of Fenris.
For a Space Marine chapter, you are far from orthodox.
The wolves do not take orders from outsiders. We keep the old ways, not the Codex Astartes. We fight in packs, and we are trained and healed by our wise rune and wolf priests. We do not find honor in adorning ourselves in laurels, but instead etch the full names of our fallen kin as a promise of vengeance, and draw strength from that promise.
What do you believe in?
We believe in the great wolves, in the deadly Blackbane and fierce Drakan the Thunderwolf, in the redoubtable Hagar the Mountain Wolf, and in the Bloodied Hunter. In the wolf that stalks between stars, who follows us wherever we may go. And in the uncanny two-headed Morkai, guard of the realm of the dead. Of the great wolves, some show us their favor. Others are more malign. But each teaches us a lesson. For that, we praise and honor them.
Does that mean you do not believe in the immortal emperor of humanity as a god? Damn, he does though.
The All-Father is not a
Oh
god.
shit.
He is the best of all humans, our perfect forebear. His blood flowed through the veins of Leman Russ, and Russ's blood flows in me. Does that make me a god? My respect for him has no end, and I am ready to die for him. But what place does faith have here? Is the All-Father like the massive iron wolf, whose every tuft of fur forms a mountain on the surface of Fenris?
Alpha heaves his mighty shoulders.
Or is he as enormous as the Sun Wolf, which rises to hunt every morning and fills our world with light? The All-Father is not a god, but the highest of humanity. Ordinary humans struggle to grasp this. But we, his warriors and offspring, remember the truth.
So he's just like, yo, like, nah, the god emperor, he's just a deep space marine that we all come from. So it's just another dude that was perfect. Well, I believe that the emperor is the god of humanity and our guardian. Oh shit! Let me say this because I'm trying to sweeten up Argenta, you know. Well, I believe that the emperor is the god of humanity and our guardian.
Believe what you wish, Aett-Vater. The All-Father never wanted us to revere him as a god, but we are not ordinary men. I do not know what his intentions were for the rest of you.
What else do your wise priests do?
Lacan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future in throne runes, to call down storms, and to carve powerful talismans.
Oh man, what did I fail? Yeah, they need to use someone else for this. You sense not the slightest power emanating from the charms Ulfar is wearing. You spoke of 4 names that give you strength. What is your name in that case?
Ulfar Redmane. That is what my brothers call me.
After a moment's silence, Ulfar replies. Perception test succeeded. Given the warrior's boastful nature, the indifference with which he revealed his name is surprising. It seems he does not trust you enough to disclose his true name. I understand.
Do you? And there I was, about to round off my story with a short 400-verse saga about the gifts of Lacan the Rund Wolf.
Is he being sarcastic? My curiosity has been satisfied.
Should what I told you reach other ears, I shall take your tongue.
Jeez, Ulfar leans towards you and with a friendly, only slightly feral grin says, how did you end up here? I asked him that, right? Answer a few questions about yourself.
Instinct bids me to remain silent. Such knowledge is not to be shared with just anyone. Only those who possess my complete trust.
Ulfar sucks in a breath, tasting your scent. Jeez, don't eat me. How did you end up here?
What do you want to know? What brought the Space Wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's Dark City?
Why did you come to the Cronus Expanse?
An Inquisitor by the name of Calcazar put out a call for aid. My Wolf Lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally, but a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand.
I see. The Inquisition wields immense power. The entire chapter might have come to the Cronus Expanse had Calcazar requested it. Damn. What debt did you owe the Inquisitor? He's not gonna tell me.
He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger and swear an oath of friendship.
It's a power play. Alpha's voice turns cagey. Why did the Space Wolves not trust the Lord Inquisitor? I don't trust him too.
Inquisition. Pah! Rats scurrying around the All-Father's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame.
Alpha nearly spits out the words. Ooh, success. You know the story. After the first war for Armageddon, in which the Space Wolves and the forces of Armageddon fought off the terrifying incursion of the archenemy, the Inquisition ordered that the heinous event be covered up and the planet's mortal defenders be thrown into labor camps and sterilized. Wait. Mortal defenders? Are they saying that the people that actually helped defend the planet, they locked them away so no one else could find out? The wolves defended their erstwhile comrades and evacuated many people to Fenris. The confrontation ended in a bloody massacre, and the courts of the Inquisition have not appeared in Fenris's system ever since. I don't even want to say I trust him. Calcazar has ideas above his station. He dared to speak to me without proper respect. I do not trust Kalkazar. He is suspicious. This is gonna bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna say this.
We also decided to be cautious. His words flowed like honey, and he seemed an honorable man. But lies always look like truth, don't they?
Continue.
That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood.
The red-haired space wolf chuckles smugly. What do you know of Xavier Kalkazar's plans and objectives?
In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle.
What does gristle mean? Hold on a second now. Gristle is a tough, rubbery substance found in meat. Gristle, especially in meat of poor quality, which is unpleasant to eat. Damn. So they're saying he's talking about eating him again. Eating dudes. Okay, how did you end up captive?
We had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded, so we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, 2 of my battle brothers descended upon the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so, there were 3 of us taken captive. And then there were 2. And then I was alone once again.
Sheesh. Your fallen brothers, who were they?
Their saga is one I will not sing to you. You have spilled no blood with them, nor shared with them meat unmured. Their spirits might be outraged if they knew I had sung of their deeds to a stranger.
Alright, chill, man, chill. Alpha lets out a sullen growl and pins you with an icy glance that sparks something within you. Awareness of the monstrous chasm separating you and the ancient superhuman standing opposite. I am sorry they died.
Yes, so am I.
Tell me about your time in Comra.
These are dark days you are asking about, Aett-Vater. Let my keen-edged friend be a witness to the ferocity of my words.
Alpha lets out a rumble inside, draws out the rune-covered knife that you saw him carry in the dark city, and begins to spin it between his fingers, finding his equilibrium again.
I was given to Tarvantius for his amusement. In the arenas of Camorra, Astartes are a rarity. And he sent me out there to kill gladiators. living as an inglorious butcher and a Xenos' puppet, I hated it constantly, every moment. I had to take care of my mind before it was twisted to the seven hells.
With every word, the bitterness and hostility in Ulfa's voice grows. After roaring and raging in Fenrisian for a time, Ulfa catches his breath.
Every morning I made entreaties to the All-Father, and every night I appealed to Ross. I trained my body, read the litanies, and in the darkest moments, I recited my own saga. I recalled every battle, every wound, every brother. And that is how I survived. I always survive.
The red-haired space wolf fixes you with a fierce glower and then turns away. I see.
This was a bleak saga, Aett-Vater.
I must take my leave.
Fenris Yoda, Aett-Vater.
Darkest hour. His darkest hour.
Fenris Yoda, Aett-Vater.
Oh, he's in my party now? You're kidding me. Shit is getting crazy out here. Shit is getting absolutely crazy. Is he really my guy now? He's my guy now. This is an evil man. I should have killed him. My party's deep. Shit, he's my guy right now. He's an assassin, right? He's gonna show Pascal how it's done. The assassin attacks, granting 14 dodge to the target of his attack. If the attack hits, I do like that one. I just don't know if yeah, you know what? Let's use it. Let's use it. That, along with Argenta, he'll probably hit those. Emboldened by bloodshed. Well, Marazai is bleeding. His fellowship and willpower are increased. While bleeding. Why? Can I make myself bleed? Well, Marazai is bleeding. What the fuck? When Marazai makes an additional attack granted by dual-wield combat using a Drakari weapon, that attack suffers no penalties and does not have its cost increased. Oh, let's do this. Do I have dual? Oh, that's a good one. Bringer of Doom. I like Bringer of Doom. I like the sound of that. Prey on the weak. Alright. What's he got? What's he got? 50. His Imperium, it has to be 0, yeah. Coercion, I feel like that would be high. Demolition is high. Shit. Let's do awareness. What have we got? What have we got? Each successful dodge grants the assassin for the next. Let's get that. And 40-40 fellowship. Feel like it's gonna be Strength. Sheesh. I got another dude, Marazai. What was I doing? I was trying to see if there was like... how do I do this? C? Biography, right? Darkest Hour? I was looking for that. It's probably this. Dogmatic. Marazai Azaraesh. Something like that. Drakon of the Cabal of the Revan Tempest is the embodiment of all the true qualities of the Drakari, the most brutal and deadly branch of the Eldari. He is driven by an unquenchable thirst for violence and power over others, which he achieves through subtle, cunning, dubious deals, and, to his great delight, the slaughter and torture of his enemies. A fateful encounter with the Rogue Trader changes his fate forever, stripped of everything that once was his by right. The former Drakon and exile of Comra is now forced to ally with one of the monkey to survive and perhaps to find a new way to rise again. I wonder if I could have got Malice on my side. Okay. Stats ain't looking too good. No boots. Whenever the wearer uses a consumable item, they gain 2. Why not? Suits him. When the wearer ends their turn, they remove burning, bleeding, and toxin from all adjacent allies. Then the wearer inflicts 10 levels of bleeding on all adjacent enemies. Sheesh. What is the psi rated? He needs to... What has he got? Each melee attack performed by the wearer increases their armor. Nice. Ooh, I might put that on. Let me put this on. Inquisitor's Command. What is that? Why not? I'm gonna put that on him until I find something else. What? There's nothing for me to put on. Cool. Alright, and when it comes to weapons, his weapons are not that great. Incubus Clave is kind of nice. So he has a pistol. I want a good knife. Maybe I give him one of those big weapons. 20 to 30. Let's put that on, and kind of pistol. Two-hander. I don't know if I want him to shoot anything, you know. 18 to 25. What is this? It's a one-hander? Fully melee. Yeah, he's melee. Let me save that. Sheesh. Is there anyone I'm missing? Is there anyone I'm missing? Argento Pascal.
May these instructions protect the machine spirits that serve me from the blasphemies of corrupted technology.
Pascal's deeply focused on drawing protective runes with sacred unguents on the metal surfaces of his mechadendrites. We are being betrayed, Pascal.
Reverse analysis is showing the act of sabotage to have been predictable. The directives to interacting with xenoraces warn about non-humans' proclivity for breaching contracts. The data concerning the unreliability of the unit, Aett, has been archived.
Pascal's voice is dry and indifferent, but his drilling mechadendrite roars menacingly. How are you feeling after all the punishment your body has taken?
Comprehension in progress. The operating principles of xeno-augmetics, while alien to the canon blessed by the Deus Mechanicus, are nonetheless quantifiable. They feed, as parasites do, on my blood and the charge of my potentia coil. I, in turn, feed on their mystery as I nurse new comprehension within me. It is painful. It is necessary.
He's trying his hardest to hold on. The hissing from the Vox is reminiscent of a tortured groan. Aren't you afraid these parasites will devour your soul from within? Any valuable thoughts on how we can get out of here? How does it feel to be in Comora? It's a rare opportunity. I'll say all of these if I can.
This statement is partly true. I have introduced protective equations into the algorithmic chain to guard the digital spirit against the corruption of heresy. The xeno-augmetics embedded in my flesh are yet to be comprehended. The lack of knowledge is painful, but by the Omnissiah's grace, my analysis will conquer their mysteries. Martyrdom is the path to knowledge.
Any valuable thoughts on how we can get out of here?
Strategic recommendation. Analysis has shown that the non-human community is racked by strife. Exploiting the Xenos mutual differences can result in temporary alliances that will provide the technological means of returning the unit from Valancius to real space.
So basically, he's saying, yo, all of these guys kind of hate this place too. Hate each other. And they're suffering. We need to use that. How does it feel to be in Comra? It's a rare opportunity.
This place is calling out to the Omnissiah for an act of purifying and gracious xenocide. The spatial disharmony observed here points to its anathematic nature. That being said, complete extermination is not advised. Those in possession of technological knowledge should be rounded up and subjected to interrogation and vivisection prior to disposal.
He's kind of the same as the guy that was experimenting on him. He might give them a swift death before he does it, or something like that, or after. Don't lose your morale. We're going to make it.
May the filters of knowledge bestowed upon us by the machine god protect us from the temptations and horrors of blasphemous revelations.
I want to know more about your past.
The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information.
Behind the tech-free shoulders, the mechadendrites sped out like wings. Where are you from?
Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant.
How did you end up in the Cronus Expanse?
I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension.
I joined the fleet. Okay. Why are you not with the fleet then?
After I betrayed Archmago Zamanat, the fleet conclave directed me to the orbital station Altar Templum Calixis X-17 for penance. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus.
Who are the Explorators?
The sacred fraternity of explorers. The cult Mechanica sends us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. Explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy.
Tell me about your mechadendrites.
They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension.
So he doesn't really have control of these things. It's crazy. We can stop there.
Acknowledged.
I must take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
So when I leave this place, it should ask me, who do I really want on my team, right? And what is my mission? The chasm. I really want to find Cassie. I better find her now. Right, so she might be here somewhere. I gotta try Marazai instead of this dude. Probably shouldn't have done assassin, but I'll salvage Pascal. I'll salvage him. Alright, I gotta keep my eyes peeled for Field for Cassie. What am I looking for? Ooh. Argento, you keep this man in check. Stay right there. Alvalade, like, honestly, he is pulling his weight when he's up front. Do this. Yeah.
It's about time.
Don't sleep on Alvalade. So let me talk to all of these guys. No, where's Cassie at? And when we find her, she's gonna be like using her eye on people for a fact. Gotta find that winged guy. Okay, there's nothing here. Have you heard the laughing? Huh? Have you heard the laughing racer, the one who dies in the arena every time and then stands up alive and walks away? That's interesting.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Where could this girl be?
I caught sight of something.
Ooh. Oh! What's this? Ugly beggar. The hideous mutant does not look as cocky as the last time we met. Armed and not bleeding from 100 wounds, you must be a more formidable sight. Who is this? The guy that This isn't the guy that tried to kill me earlier. How about buying yourself a pair of boots? The beggar shows off his filthy legs and surprisingly decent boots. Your boots. Kill him. To end a life as lightless as yours is a laudable deed. Yeah, I have to. Sit down. The beggar refuses to die easily. He is desperately clinging to his life, choking on his own blood. Eventually, his protracted agony reaches its end. So what boots did he have? Give me that. Oh. Get out of here. I was a good fighter, loyal, strong, but they cast me out. How am I supposed to live now? Yeah. Everyone's gotta die here at some point. So do they just want me to keep going in the arena? That's to the arena, right? Yep. Did I get another piece of something for this guy? Yes, I did. This is how I get Cassie, probably.
A new challenge for me?
Okay. Comical opera. Oh! History. Alright, let's get through this. The rising currents carry the smells of pain, blood, ichor, and failed ambitions, the smells of the dark city. With my wings flung open, I weave a path through the spires like a dark lightning bolt, chaotic and unpredictable in its patterns. To fly is to hunt, and everyone in flight hunts everyone else. Even I, Scrouge, got height. Oh, what's that? Got. Oh, yeah, got. Right. Got her right. Blood feather. Do not have the privilege of inviolability around these parts. Okay, what is that?
Inviolable.
Alright. The state or quality of being inviolable, not to be transgressed, dishonored, or broken. Oh, like you cannot violate? I see. Where are we? Around these parts. Do not have the privilege of... I may not become someone else's prey. No, I may become someone else's prey. Except, probably not today. This day, I am the hunter. My homunculus modified olfactory receptors pick up the scent of my prey, and I tread cautiously as I approach it. The stench of monkey is foul, but varied, and the scent of my prey is quite telling. A powerful specimen, brash and reeking of the blood of others. I descend to the minaret that grows out of the nearest fire and provides me with an excellent view. Accelerated reflexes allow me to assess the situation in a fraction of an instant. It is time. Who is this? Is this me? No. This is Garth. Right. Off right. But I still decide to wait and get a better look at the prey. Let's act. The shard carbine spews forth a stream of crystalline projectiles that howl and shatter as they pierce the flesh of the prey. A deadly slashing blizzard drapes the street in bloody snow. The bodies of random passers-by caught in the fire fall into the ground. This is a common occurrence in the fires. Everyone around me flees from the field of death through borders I have made clear. The prey falls, but it is still alive. I did not expect the hunt to end with the first salvo. The prey is badly injured. I can easily finish it off in the open. The prey summons companions to its aid. Awareness 100 is trying to locate me among the tangle of spiked minarets. Let's go ahead and do this. Its frantic gaze is looking for my winged figure. Oh, is this the guy that was winged? The hyper pupils allows me to examine the prey's face. I can see its eyes scrutinize my gear. There is no need to hide anymore, so I stand up to my full height and emit a wailing battle cry. Let the prey know that what will kill it. Summons companions to its aid. Breaks into a run. I just don't know if, like, breaks into a run. Clever. By escaping from the open streets, the prey has deprived me of the advantage of my long-range weapon. But I will not let it escape, so I spread my wings and soar over the alley, pelting the prey with bursts of indirect fire. The chase must not end too soon. The petitioner wanted my prey to die slowly. There is a strangeness to the movements of the prey as it dashes away one moment and freezes the next. Is this the corpse I saw on the floor? My receptor-trophin altered pupils are adept at detecting movement, but they are worse at perceiving stationary subjects, and my prey seems to be aware of this. Toughness, agility, ballistic skill. Flees down The prey flees down the most predictable and straightforward route, hoping that its strength does not abandon it. Slips away using the bodies of random passers-by, or grabs someone's weapon from the ground and returns fire at random. The air fills with gunfire. As soon as the prey fires the first shot, everyone starts shooting at everyone else. This chaotic firefight engulfs the entire street. It spreads across the dark city like a wildfire, mindless and violent. I am forced into a steep dive, spinning around and dodging the tracks of multiple projectiles. The damn trick worked, and I let out a frustrated squeal. The hunt continues. The prey manages to elude me for a moment by ducking into a crowded street. The jet booster on my back emits a stream of ghostly blue flame, and I continue my pursuit. As I storm into the street, I see the prey again. This is a nice catch. The petitioner wanted me to deliver the prey to her, but I decided to do something different. When it is over, I will impale the body of the prey on a spike protruding from the high spire so that it serves as a testimony to my victory. The initial horror caused by my sudden attack has already worn off. The prey has suppressed its panic and is acting decisively and boldly, a commendable triumph of will over instinct. Damn, I can't do any of these. Seeking to slow me down, the prey. Tech use bars my way with a cataclysm. Success! The prey rushes over to a half-dismantled jet bike, shoves away the slave who is repairing it, and overloads its anti-gravity engine with admirable dexterity. It barely has time to bounce back before a deafening explosion fills the air with shards of rock, pieces of rapone, and fragments of bodies. One of the projectiles hits me in the chest and throws me to the ground. I manage to regroup and avoid injury, but get up with a ferocious screech. I was cast down. An indelible insult. The conclusion is drawing closer. Ew, ugly. As I turn the corner, I triumphantly realize that I have driven the prey into a dead end. It is time for the massacre. The poison I received from the petitioner as payment for the hunt is contained in the crystalline projectiles and should have worked by now. It will slow down the nervous system of my prey, weaken its muscles, and render it unconscious. Carouse test failed. When I spot the prey, I am pleased to note the early signs of the effect my combat toxin is having on its movements. Its movements are slowed, and it is blinking often. Spots are floating in front of his eyes by now. Damn. I feel like he's trying to go for me. Logic lunges at me first. I realize too late that it is not desperation but cold determination behind it. Success. In the blind alley where my prey is about to die, there is enough room for me to spread my wings and soar. It does not grant me an opportunity to do so and kicks me back into the cramped street. The prey wishes to fight where it has the advantage. I try to slip past it to escape into the open and fail. The prey lands a couple well-aimed blows and one of my wings hangs limply along my body. It will not be easy to return home to the top of the spires. Everything will be over in moments. Weapon skill, strength, let's go. The outcome will be decided in close combat. Wasting no time, my prey and I seize one another in a violent, ferocious embrace. Every decision made over the course of this fleeting hunt is being weighed, tipping the scale that will ultimately determine the winner. My embedded glands spew hyperadrenaline into my bloodstream, and my artificially grown muscles convulsively swell under the porous fabric of my ghost plate. I torment the prey with claws protruding from my forearms and knees, and the prey banks on brute force, trying to break my fragile bones and shatter my joints. Success! Powerful blows crush the hollow bones drilled by the crafty homunculus. Their lightness served me well during the flight, but has betrayed me here on the ground. I lose my footing, my body going floppy like a rag, my strength waning. I reach for the shard carbine and shoot the prey right in the face at point blank range. The crystalline projectile whizzes within a hair's breadth on his face. A crushing blow turns my magnificent weapon to rubble with a mournful crunch. The prey grabs me by the throat, lifts me into the air, and snarls. It seems to want to know why I attempted to kill it. Would I tell it, if I could, about my petitioner, Kay Karos the Witch, about how insulted she was by the deaths of her postulates, the blood-stained proselytes in the arena at the hands of my prey, about how badly she wanted to spite the prey's master and sour-tempered homunculus Taventius who had arranged that insult? I do not know, for my throat is crushed and only a faint wail escapes it. I die. I am dying at the feet of my prey. No, at the feet of a monkey. A humiliating end for one who earned the status of Apex Hunter of Comra through torturous alterations of the flesh and the bloody pilgrimage to the very top of the spires. Does it hurt to perish like this? It does. Is it fair? It is. 1. The chaotic burst of violence that bloodied the streets in Comra ends just as abruptly as it erupted. Such is life in the spires. Who killed who? I could not tell the story. We know the winged guy died. Oh. They say that Iraq walks the streets, blah 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 blah. Good. So it's this guy. This was the winged guy, I think. Ooh, Scrouge. Adrenal glands. Adrenal glands enhanced by homunculus. Capable of dispersing pure hyperadrenaline through the owner's own blood, did it say?
I'll lay
Right.
claim to the stars.
Wait. How did I get this? So was it me that he was going for and I just screwed him? I think it was. Where was my peeps? Old injury. Medikit though, medikit. What is it again? I need to give him some Medicays if I can. Big boy ones. For the biggest boy. Alright, Wolf, patch me up.
Yes?
Watch your mouth.
You'll show off your scars at the feast yet.
Back into the fray.
Damn, it didn't work. So it removes traumas only. I see. Let me save it. My bad. I was so confused at that little dialogue there.
None shall stand in my way.
Where am I going? Alright. Let me go talk to this guy, because I really want to do that. Let me go talk to this guy. Give him 2 pieces. 2 pieces should get me 2 dialogue options. And he might be able to repair my wounds if I'm lucky. Eesh, look at it though, look at it. Look at it though. Sheesh.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Arch Machinator. Okay, look, I've got you so many pieces of meat. I have done what you wanted. Look at me, inhuman, or I shall deal with you as I dealt with the bloodstained proselytes. Does no one here wish to hail the victor who defeated the arena's best? Let's say this. Deventius, I would rather hail the walking corpse who invited she first into my anatomical opera. The cult of the fatal first craves blood, specimen, your blood, my blood. One must be astoundingly insensitive to the vibrations of the Dark City to not realize this. The Homunculus notices Marazai, Drakon Azeresh. After you went against the Archon of the Revan Tempest, you decided to violate the wishes of the Archon of the Black Heart as well. You were thrown into the arena to die. You show wretched incompetence by defying your masters. My presence offends you? I see. Good. Marazai sneers and looks around. You have made yourself quite comfortable here in the chasm. Is this where you have kept the things that you dared not bring to the spire of the Revan Tempest? It must be vexing, having to abandon it all as you flee the cult's wrath. One of Taventius' limbs twitches and strikes blindly. Only Mazarai's reflexes save him from a fatal neck wound, but the Homunculus makes no further attempts to attack. He seems to care more about his substances and instruments than the insufferable Cavalite. Why do the witches desire my death? You humiliated them, monkey. Kakarros and I agreed that she would send fresh meat against you, but she decided to undermine my authority by sending out her best. You slaughtered them, and so it was the cult's authority that suffered. But who cares about a pathetic monkey? You are my lackey, and thus it is I who is responsible for undermining the cult's authority. And it wasn't enough for you to just kill them. You enticed one of the bloodstained proselytes to join the monkey side as the entire chasm watched. A slap in the face of the cult wasn't enough for you, so you decided to spit in its face as well. Oh, but there's more. I hope Kakarros and Sinisforia are now rife in horror at the mere thought that their headless subordinates have lost the Cavalite, who was sentenced to death by Nazrakai himself. First they decided to play at charity by making me a proselyte, and now they let me slip through their fingers. Oh, I wish I could see the succubus's face when she was given the news. You dispatched me to kill the witches. Are you telling me you did not anticipate such consequences? I don't care about Kakarros. You promised to help me get out of here. Say the first one. It was supposed to go differently. Your performance was supposed to be a lesson in respect, not a declaration of war. You would have killed someone unimportant and made the witches' vanity bleed. The witches would have received your head as a salve for their wounded pride. They would have been reminded for a time that I was still someone who could greatly complicate their existence. Instead, you have failed me, all of you. Kakarros did not keep her word, and you did not die in her trap. It is all your fault that things have spiraled out of control. I was meant to kill a couple of them, but I was also meant to die. I don't care about Kakarros. You promised to help me get out of here. So what's the plan? I will leave the anatomical opera and withdraw to the spire of the Revan Tempest. The witches won't dare to settle their scores under the eye of my patrons, so the Cabal's valuable servant is safe from their ire. As for you, go out into the streets of the chasm and die, or go to the arena and try to kill Kakarros. Even if you succeed, you will still die. The Homunculus mutters ferociously and haughtily. I should have stopped wasting my time on this idiocy long ago. All those pathetic simpletons did was weaken my focus and distract me from my masterpiece. At last, I can devote all of myself to it. Marazai's face suddenly changes, his mocking grin gone. He fixes his gaze on the homunculus, into the spire of the Revan Tempest, to hide under the wings of Euremeris, an Archon fallen into disgrace. What an imprudent choice. You should run away from her and her troubles, unless you are somehow connected to her crime. I'm gonna fight here. Tevantius glares at Marazai. You were not in a position to know about the Archon's plans before, much less now. You'll yet, and so unravel the rotten threads of the tapestry of fate. Elantite, here is the true nature of the Dark Ones, a lie hidden behind sweet promises. Having learned from a cruel mistake, I foresaw this outcome. Belated wisdom. I don't care about Kikaros. You promised no, so I managed to bring about your downfall after all, unholy spawn. Don't be such a coward. Let us face them here and kill them, all of them. I shall end Kikaros. Take me with you. We are allies. This is your fault. It was your idea. Don't be such a coward. Let us face them here and kill them, all of them. I do want to do that. So I managed to bring about your downfall after all, unholy spawn. Let's say that. Tevantius' face is filled with loathing. Your insight is astounding, specimen. But you have noticed that you have also doomed yourself. Tevantius becomes so absorbed in his thoughts that he starts shearing off pieces of his own flesh with his scissor-like claws. Enter the arena. The succubi will not pass up this chance to gut you in front of the audience. In front of an audience. If you could simply wound Kikaros, it would give us both enough time to escape. For that, I would be willing to sacrifice the deadliest and most valuable specimens in my collection. Alright, look, I was gonna stop, but I'm gonna continue. Let me give me a second.